What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to MMOSWORLD. We are chilling in Anthem, EA and BioWare's upcoming RPG game, which is currently in the open demo weekend. Last week was the VIP weekend, where players got to experience a bit of the combat, a bit of the world, a bit of the group mission, stronghold, boss fights, and just the javelins, which are basically the suits that we travel around in this game. Release is very close, which is 22nd of February. So let's chill around Anthem. Let's talk a bit about the game for those that haven't played Anthem yet. So as BioWare does with these games, you know, it's all about characters, it's all about world building, and what's different here is simply I suppose it's a pretty good departure away from their IPs like Dragon Age, and it's more in line with the Mass Effect, I would say, but it's an entirely new IP, so it's not like this has to build on Andromeda, which, you know, for all intents and purposes didn't impress a lot of people at launch. Anyway, for Anthem, for the demo, a lot of the areas are restricted. There's no story whatsoever in here. You only get bits and pieces of things. We are currently in the social hub called Fort Tarsis, which looks pretty decent. I mean, it's empty because you don't get to see other players in here. Players do exist. You can play with them in matchmaking modes, in the open world, in free play. And there's going to be a social hub too, which is not in this demo, but it will be in the final version of the game. But this is Fort Tarsis, where you have your in-game store, like the vanity store over here. Let's see if we can access that in the demo. And no, you cannot access that in the demo. You can also talk to NPCs. This one doesn't have anything in yet, but I believe we can talk to this person over here. Yep, there's a chat icon over there. So this is pretty much BioWare's dialogue and storytelling. Let's see what that is.
Hey Zell, keep him busy?
You're not the only one that keeps me on my toes.
Just your favorite?
Of course.
What's on the docket? Basic repairs?
Always. Plus, I'm refurbishing the inner lining of Wraith's javelin. And Sentinel Hayden's getting extra lumbar support whether he likes it or not. It's an easy ad.
The ever-present BioWare dialogue choices. Let's go with number 1.
Small comforts make a big difference.
People underestimate that. Those comforts make life better out there, even if you don't notice it every day. I like to think that matters. Especially since my son told me he's going to be a freelancer.
How old is he?
11. He'll want to be a dozen things before I have to worry. But I still worry.
There are risks, sure, but there's nothing like being out there helping people, seeing the world, flying. It's not the worst dream for a kid to have.
You're not wrong. The world's chaos. If he can dream about good things that could come out of it, why not let him? Tomorrow we'll want to be a Koroks teamer anyway.
Besides, if he becomes a freelancer, you'll have his suit in top shape. That should give you some peace of mind.
Not sure that works when you're the pilot's mother. It barely works with the rest of you.
Because we're your favorites?
Always.
Yeah, not bad for dialogue. A couple of things to note. You know, we mentioned freelancer a lot. What is a freelancer? Freelancers are simply the characters that you players play out in the world of Anthem. We are fighting the good fight. We're exploring and saving the world here. And there's new species of monsters to fight and everything. In terms of voice acting, I'm pretty sure that's Steve Bloom who is voicing the male character, the male lead. So that's our suit up there. And there's 4 types of javelins. Let's go to the forge, and this is your loadout selector area where you can build your army, your arsenal, really. So let's see, this is the storm. I can unlock that right now, and the storm is a pretty cool javelin. This one does a lot of flying around the sky, uses lightning and thunder and all kinds of elemental attacks and whatever. Ranger is the default javelin, and this one is jack of all trades. It's very well rounded. You've got offensive and defensive capabilities. Very fun to build. Very versatile for all types of content that you want to do here. You have the Colossus, which is a tanky type javelin. You can bring out a shield, and you can take some aggro as well. Take some threat away from your group. And finally, you have the Interceptor, and this one is all about speed and mobility and scouting ahead. So we're going to do the Ranger for this playthrough here. And a couple of things to note, that is my javelin, customized of course heavily with finials and all kinds of other paint jobs, and yeah, it's no longer looking like the default javelin. So what you see on the right side of the screen is your basic javelin power. This is how progression is going to be in Anthem. It's going to be very important. Your gear score at the top right there. Each of these items, like the weapon here, it's a 18 blue, which is a rare piece of gear. Green simply means uncommon, white for common, and then you have purple for epic, which is not in the demo. You can click on various parts here, for example, assault launcher, and decide what this skill is going to be. Or you can craft one if you have the blueprint and the material. So let's go back. Let's see, guns. Decent amount of guns. So I'm using a hammerhead, assault rifle, and a sniper rifle in both my gun slots. But I have a bunch of others to choose from. And again, you can craft provided you have the blueprints. So there's a lot of customization built here for all your javelins, and some javelins can only use certain types of weapons, which is fine. You've got support gear as well, and components, and these ones kind of give you an advantage in various different aspects. So for example, I've got ammo compartment here, which simply means that it increases my reserve ammo by 5% for all my equipped guns, which is kind of handy. So the more you level up, and yes, levels are a thing here in Anthem, then you can slot in more of these stuff. So because it's the demo, we can't really see the full extent of the loot and itemization here in Anthem, but so far it's decent. Materials in the open world dropped really easily, so it doesn't feel like a grind or whatever. The appearance side of things, this is pretty fun. You can customize almost everything in terms of how it looks, and especially the paint jobs too. You can pretty much recolor the entire suit however you want. And mess around with animations, and yeah, that's basically it for the loadout. Let's go ahead, jump into free play. Let's show off the world, let's show off some of the movement, and of course the flying, which is one of the best parts about this game. If you are a fan of Iron Man and you've always wanted to get in one of Tony Stark's Iron Man suits and just dish out some fun, then yeah, Anthem's gonna be the game for you. It's the animation that shows how you get into your javelin. So I've already got free play toggled, and then you can select your difficulty. The difference between the difficulty modes is simply the amount of drop chance and rarity for loot. So the harder the difficulty, the better the loot, but the enemy damage and health is increased as well. And yeah, it can go all the way up to GN3, which recommends legendary minimum for your gear score and gear on your javelin. So we're going to stick with normal here. And also important to note, it is a public expedition, which means up to 3 other players can join you, either randoms through matchmaking, or you can invite your friends in Origin to join you in here. So I've left that open. Public is the best way to play. Let's hit start expedition, and I'll see you guys in the world. Alrighty, here we are in the start of free play mode, and wow, we've got other players around. That's 2 players there. Both of them look like different javelins. So that is a storm down there, and then the fire striker looks to be an interceptor, and I'm of course the ranger. So here you can look around your surroundings. You can see the world of Anthem, really vibrant and beautiful to look at. Right clicking on your mouse brings up your weapon, and then you can see some of the abilities that you have. V is your melee, and then I've rebind all my keys for abilities, but you basically have bulwark. This one really puts a shield, projectile shield over your area, so you can, you know, withstand some heavy attacks. 1 is a grenade that I have, and 2 is a rocket. So that's that. And that bar below it is my gauge to build up my ultimate ability. Every javelin has an ultimate ability, and it's pretty fun. Your scroll, mouse scroll, swaps your weapon. So this one's a sniper rifle. Right click to get into your scope, and C to zoom. So basics out of the way. Running around, movement feels good so far in the demo, but it's been tweaked. This is a different build from the live version coming in 22nd February. Shift to sprint. Spacebar to jump, and shift again, and we're flying. And this is of course one of the main draws of Anthem. You're able to fly around in your javelin suit, and that bar at the bottom is your heat meter. So the higher you go, the more heat. And to get rid of heat, simply go underneath like a waterfall or just, you know, land for a bit. So what happens in Freeplay? You open up your map. This is an explorable area in Freeplay. There's going to be enemies out here. There's going to be events, world events. And of course you can gather crafting materials as well. So there is another player there just hovering around, just checking, just chilling. I'm going to look for a crafting node of some sort to show you guys what that is. Oh, by the way, you can bind a hover button as well. So you can hover mid-air, which is handy. And here you can shoot too. So I do not see anything down here. There could be something down there. Ah, that's the native species, the grabbits, I believe that's what they're called. They're pretty friendly and they're pretty popular with players. I'm just going to kill one for the sake of science and research. Anything here to salvage for parts? No. But usually there's going to be materials out in the world. They're pretty easy to spot as crafting nodes. So I'm now on the ground level. Yeah, you'll notice on the left side, there's going to be an indicator that says cooled. So that means your javelin suit is now cooled. And when you're cooled, you can, you know, fly longer. You won't have any heat penalties. Like, for example, now I'm ascending, and you'll see that the heat meter is going up. There we go. So here, this blue thing, if it's not, you know, shining or whatever, that means you can't salvage it. But over there, that is a resource. So this is parts. So you can harvest that by holding the F key, which is your interact. And I've now gotten one weapon part, which I can now go back to the forge and craft. Over there, that should be a resource node. Yep. And this is organic parts. Now, if it's green, it's uncommon, but I got blue, so that is a rare component, which is going to be handy for crafting all your higher spec, you know, stuff. So Freeplay is kind of nice. It's kind of chilled because you can go about, start collecting things out in the world to improve your javelin and whatnot. But in between, you may come across, you know, enemies to fight. So we'll fly around and we'll look for stuff. This is a chest, by the way. It's a loot chest, and I've just gotten 2 rares and a rare drop as well. So I've picked up a rare item. Now the problem is when you're out in one of these modes, you pick up a rare item, you don't know what it is. So I'm hitting I for my inventory, and in here you'll see in my backpack I've got 1 rare item, but I can't see, I don't know what it is. So I have to go back to the fort, into the forge, and that's going to identify it for me. While you're out here as well, you'll have all these feats, which you can easily accomplish by looking at the objective. So this one is defeat legendary enemies, complete world events in Freeplay, and the more feats you complete at the end screen of the match, you'll get more XP. At the bottom here is coin. Coins are the in-game currency, which you can earn by completing challenges later on, and shards are the premium currency that I believe you can get for spending money. So here's some enemies. These are wyverns, and they do hit hard, so you want to kill them. That's what the gunplay looks like, and these guys shoot fire. I'm gonna use my rifle here, sniper. Let's get rid of that one. Boom. So those can be a pain in the butt, especially when you're flying. Some guns have faster reload animation than others, so you know, you want to keep that in mind. At the bottom here, we've got 2 wildlife and resort. These are really, they have a tough exoskeleton thing, so you want heavy firepower to get rid of that. But these aren't the true enemies of Anthem. With the story, you know, you'll come across a bunch more. But these are all native wildlife. So down here, what are these, swamp people? Ooh, whoa, okay, let's show them some rocket. Okay, that didn't do much. How about a grenade? Okay, that did something. Alright, so these guys gonna need more firepower. I'm gonna do my sniper rifle here. There we go. Any more? Yep. Okay, so that's done. But I am now burning because I assume, yeah, this wyvern's in the sky. Missed. Sniper rifles hit really hard, but they have very limited ammo. So you either hit or you're wasting ammo. So I'm gonna go down and see if there's any ammo drops. When you kill enemies, you can get health replenishes and ammunition replenishes down here. Wow, what's that? Okay, it's 2 more wyverns. See if I can get a rocket to them. For your own health, look at the top left of the screen. I have a blue for shield and I have my green for health. These are the true enemies so far in the game, which are the scars, and these guys are just the foot soldiers, really easy to get rid of. Right, the wyverns are still on my ass. Ooh, sniper! Woohoo! I got out of that. The control button is your dodge, so you can control in any direction to dodge attacks. So when a sniper has you locked in like that, okay, that guy has a shield, but that is a elite enemy compared to these small fries, which you can get rid of easily. So you can also jump in and use your melee attack. Let's try grenade. The other grenade, and he's down. So you can utilize combos in here. So I got Weapon Master as a feat in this free play, so that's going to give me 50% more XP. But yeah, it's generally good to use a combination of your attacks for clusters of enemies. You know, throw in your rocket, throw in your grenade. Ooh, what was that? That was another. Okay, here we go. Melee. Grenade. Another grenade. Melee again. Yeah, that's an example of what a combo looks like. My rocket's back up. And multi-kill feat. Ooh, hello. So that's what the drops look like. This one replenishes health and that one replenishes ammo. As for grenades and things of that nature, you know, you don't have like a count, but you do have a cooldown. So they're unlimited use for grenades and rockets, but you need to wait a while before you can use them again. So I believe we've cleared out the scar in this area. No, not really. I see one more down there. Oh no, that's not a scar. That is the Arnisaur or whatever that is. But I do hear the epic combat music playing, so that means I still got enemies in the vicinity. Ooh. Oh boy. Alright. So that big guy with the shield is a flamethrower, and he's an elite enforcer. So he's gonna take a lot more firepower to kill. Ooh, I believe I've got a mine following me. Yep, you want to get out of that. Mine destroyer. Yeah, but the big guy usually is going to take longer to kill. And his firepower may be different. That, you know, gas tank at the back, that's his flamethrower. So if you get in range, it's going to be... That's the flamethrower. So what I can do is flank behind him, but usually there are multiple tactics to get rid of him. Like you can freeze him and just aim for the tank. Ooh, I am out of a shield. And he's dead. Who got him? Was that another player? No, that was all me. So he's dropped a rare piece of loot, which I'm going to pick up right now. And over there is an uncommon and a ammunition replenish. So that's the cool part. In free play, you'll come across all these organic events happening. And usually if you see purple on the landscape, that means a world event is about to happen. So any players in the vicinity can just, you know, head over there and start exploring and work together to take down the objective. And there's also instance areas that you can enter, which, you know, it's kind of like a dungeon crawl. And all it does is give you more currency, gives you more materials. And that's that. So this area is now clear. Yep, we are clear. So that is free play for you in Anthem in its open demo. Currently going to be running until Sunday. So if you want to check it out, make sure you can download it on your Origins account and start playing. Otherwise, the full game launches on 22nd February. There's more game modes, of course. You have the story missions, in addition to the strongholds, which are the 4-player dungeon raids with the big boss at the end. which is incredibly fun. Anyway, that's it from us. Let us know what you think of Anthem so far. Hit the like button and subscribe to MMOS World for more news and vids and all that kind of stuff. As ever, I'm Adrian from MMOS World, signing out. Oh shit.